Hi Tom, this is James. So I'm gonna shoot you a video and show you how to apply the black wax onto the text on receiver or the braces. So what I'll use is a toothpick. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and squeeze the black wax, and then I'll scoop them onto the toothpick, and I'll apply them. As I apply them, I kind of press the black wax onto the grooves like so, and just spread it around. So literally just filling in all the gaps, and you don't have to worry about getting everything precisely right now because we're gonna clean them up in just a second. So I think that's all we need. Next step, what I'll do is get a piece of paper towels, and then we'll scrape off the excess. What you want to do is because the Q-tips, not the Q-tips, the toothpick is kind of sharp at one end, so you want to flatten the toothpick against the surface. So you scrape off anything's on top of the grooves or the tags. If you start to not flat against the surface, you might end up picking off the wax from the text itself. So that's what I'm trying to explain here. And then you don't have to press it too hard as you scrape the excess off. And you definitely want to do this before the wax starts to dry, because once it starts to dry and when you try to scrape them off, you're scraping off the wax that has been embedded in the tags already. So you can pause it. You can get like a little bit up close so you can see it better. And you don't have to be very precise right now, because what you're trying to do is scrape off as much excess on the surface or between the text as much as possible. And when it starts to dry a little bit, then you can come around and clean off, wipe off this part. So again, you want to make sure your toothpick is flat against the surface, so the toothpick won't kind of fall into the gaps, and then scrape off the wax from the tags. And then you can see each time I scrape them off, I kind of clean on the excess on the paper towels. So we'll let it dry for about a minute, and then we'll come back and do the last step of wiping off the wax. So we can pause it.
Round two.
Okay. So round two here. So the last step is pretty much using Q-tips is to finish off the leftover. If you can see the Q-tips, instead of using the top end of the tip of the Q-tips, I prefer to use near the bottom end because this area right here is easier for have flat contact with the area you want to apply. Wipe off the wax. So here I go. And then as you wipe them, you want to turn the Q-tips so you get the you don't left black wax kind of smear against the surface. So So make sure you stay as flat against the surface as possible. And I have to be a little bit generous with using a lot of Q-tips because it's going to take a bit to clean them off. As you can see, the receiver is curved, so as I go flat against the surface, I will kind of tilt my Q-tips that way as I clean them. So slowly but surely you get to all the spots here. So okay, and then the very last step, if there's some leftover still, I'll tear a small piece of paper towel